Okay, it's Tuesday. Let's fucking do it. What's up, friends? Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Tuesday, February 1st. I can't fucking believe that. It's February 1st. We made it through a month of 2022. Like, there's no fucking way that 31 days have already gone by in this month. I mean, in this year. That's just ludicrous to me. Like, we were just at New Year's. Cray. Time to reassess, check in on your goals. I did my first 30-day goal for TikTok. I told you guys I was going to post every day and do one of those trendy things, and I did. And I was going to be doing I did my hamstring and hip stretches every day, and now I'm going to reassess with new goals. So I'm going to spend the next couple of days, I'll kind of think about it, and then I'm going to implement new 4-week goals. How about y'all? Ooh, Cena can drink cider again. That's what's up, girl. Can you Lotus got his dream job? Yes. Yes. I'm happy to see some things are going well. I know some things are going shit, but that's all right. We together. Oh, man. I didn't make tea for the show. I had my tea from this morning. It's very cold. I'll probably still drink it anyway. Is that good, bad, somewhere in between? Whoopi apologized. Whoopi apologized yesterday on the show. We talked about how Whoopi said the Holocaust was not about race. It was white people fighting white people. It's not exactly how that went down, Whoopi, but she apologized, and we're going to talk about that today. You know your girl loves an apology. I'm a big apology kind of chick, so excited to see that. Also, Tom Brady officially retired today. Now, if that sounds like deja vu, it's because he already retired, but he didn't say he retired. Other people said he retired, but then he did retire. And then when he did retire, he decided not to shout out New England. And then all of my fellow Boston friends are ready to fucking come out with their pitchforks and light the place on fire, but I am not. And I'll explain why. And here is another thing. I've been watching The Bachelor. And this does not, I'm not going to go too into Bachelor lore, but I have 2 very specific questions for you guys about The Bachelor. And it has to do with whispering and jumping. And we will get there. Plus, anything from you guys, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer, super chat in. I want to hear from y'all. It is Tuesday. That means we are making our way through the week, walking past strangers fast. Walking fast, strangers passing them homebound. Are those the words? Make my way through the crowd. It's got to be something like that. And I need you. Who in here is a patron for the World Girls and listened to our podcast or watched our podcast yesterday? That was very vulnerable and scary. If you didn't already, sign up for the $10 and up tier if you want to hear me get deep. Although I do get deep on this show too. Oh, Brittany says that's right, Chunk. Thanks, girl. I try. And shout out to all of you guys in here, to everybody who's joining the show live, to Brittany Parker, Andrew Thomas, Tina Bigelow, Melissa Byrne. Yes, with all the ladies in here. Third Turd, Jake Yacovetta, Manny Gonzalez, Greg, John Perillo, Dylan Mantis Reviews, who called me out on something the other day, and I really appreciated it. So thank you for doing so. Sam Red, and keep scrolling. Ken Ulozis, Steve Cauldron, keep scrolling. Zeno Hour, Robert Turner, George Pruitt. Yeah, all the people. Ryan Payne, all the people. Hopefully that's shout outs to many of y'all. Mark Jason Ali, Howard D. You know you want that D. Okay, let's start with a little Tom Brady. Then we'll get to Whoopi. And then I got batch questions for y'all. Before we get into any of that, checking in with the Streamlabs. Get in those questions, comments, concerns. It's a new month. Maybe paychecks are coming in. Maybe y'all are feeling generous. Let's see. All right. So last night, this morning, it was 7 a.m. And Christian Hardesty said, "Hey, Rox," with that big ass support. Yes, Christian. Love to see it. Thank you. Need it. Love it. Want some more of it. Eating good in the neighborhood. Thank you for that. Really appreciate you. Glenn Caesar said, "Hello and good Tuesday, Roxy. Well wishes and thank you for hanging out with us today. Good job on SEN Live's Patreon. Thanks. Funny as fuck. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, your dad, Jet, Sky, Grammy, Puppo, and your family. Be most excellent to yourselves and each other, RJ and Rockstars. Thanks, dear. Appreciate you." Ryan Payne says, "Happy Black History Month, Roxy and Rockstars." Absolutely. Thank you for saying so, Ryan Payne. Appreciate you. Happy Black History Month to all of our Black friends here who are fucking rock stars and world friends and great human beings. We appreciate you guys being here. And I think your history deserves more than a month, but we'll take what we can get. While I have a bittersweet relationship with the month, interesting, given that it's the shortest, I know, I've come to embrace that at the start of the new year, we celebrate in remembrance of Black history. I like that. I like that. That coming. You're making lemonade out of lemons, and that's important. But yes, let's make sure. Why don't we tack on an extra few days? Why don't we celebrate Black History Month this month until the first week through March, and then make it a longer month? We play by our own rules. We could do whatever the fuck we want on this show, at least. Let me know if that helps, because maybe it doesn't at all. Glenn Caesar says, let's see what he's got today. Feeling a bit childlike, Roxy, so I'm singing I thought you were about to do Share. Do you believe in life after love? But instead you did, do you believe in magic? Don't bother to choose if it's jug band music or rhythm and blues. Just go and listen. It'll start with a smile. Is this a tune anymore? That won't wipe off your face no matter how hard you try. Your feet start. That was the end of it. I thought it was, do you believe in magic? In a young girl's heart, how the music can move you whenever it starts, and it's magic. But I don't remember this part. Glenn Caesar also says, how you got there, no matter how hard your feet start, how you got there, so just blow your mind. It's in the second thing. I don't know what that's about anymore. Okay, well, that's enough for me now. Maybe that's still the lyrics. But thanks for indulging my silliness today, Rocks. Continue breathing in the golden sparkles of love, blowing out stress, yucky energy with an inhale and exhale to break up and remove all types of energetic blockages so you get to attain balance, happiness, and joy every day. Thanks, Rockstars. And everyone who's battling for choosing to. Thank you for showing up and being support for people around you whenever, however you can. Battling, even when it's tough, makes you a winner. When you win, we all win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Being so, even when it's tough. Oh, I think I just read that. Makes you a winner. Thank you for being a superstar, aka rockstar. Whenever you win, we all win. All we do is win, 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 no matter what. Thanks, friend. Jake Yakavetta. Let's see. He said, my dumbass dropped my Patreon too low to watch the podcast recording live. The Streamlabs itself would have made up for it. Also, you're great, Jake. If you upgrade the Patreon, I think you can still watch it. It stays there as a video. Also, I'm so glad Brady is gone. In my Ezra Miller voice, bye. Listen, I'm not sad about Brady being gone. I am sad about it, but you give that much of your life to a sport, I'm not going to fucking try to force you to stay. He's also not on the Patriots anymore. So, but, it is fun to watch him. It's always fun to watch him because there's always hope when there's Tom Brady on the field. Different part of the lyrics, says Glenn. Well, shit. Oh, shit. Here we go again. People talking shit, but when the shit hits the fan, everything I'm not, maybe everything I am. Cool. Am I quoting Kanye right now? Sometimes you just gotta give yourself a little grace. Give yourself a little grace. All right. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. let's start with Tommy. Y'all saw the post from Tom. Tom Brady finally announced that he is not. I did not want to return to football. He said he's not coming back to the Bucs. He's retiring. And this was something that was, I guess, kind of leaked earlier this week, but then not confirmed. So he posted a picture of him in a Bucs jersey. And then the first slide says, I've always believed the sport of football is an all-in proposition. If 100% competitive commitment isn't there, you won't succeed. And success is what I love so much about our game. We know that, Tommy. There's a physical, mental, and emotional challenge every single day that has allowed me to maximize my highest potential. And I've tried my very best for these past 22 years. There are no shortcuts to success on the field or in life. This is difficult for me to write, but here it goes. I'm not going to make that competitive commitment anymore. I have loved my NFL career, and now it is time to focus my time and energy on other things that require my attention. So this is the first slide after the photo. Makes perfect sense. This is him saying he's not coming back to play in the NFL. He doesn't shout out any specific teams. He's just talking about, and we read his book. We've heard every interview of his. We know what he puts into this. It's not the same as Gronk playing. And I'm not saying that like Gronk doesn't give a lot, but when Gronk plays, Gronk still does his cruises. Gronk still gets fucking hammered. The rest of the team, they all like fucking smoke pot, and I smoke pot. There's nothing anti that, but they eat their desserts, they do whatever. Brady sleeps in the fucking pitch black. He barely socializes. He doesn't talk to anybody. He gives his entire life to fucking being, and the sleeping in the pitch black is a tip in his book that I thought was hysterical because like who doesn't like to sleep in the dark? But okay, he gives his whole life to this. And that's how he's always been. So it's not the same as people who are like partying and doing stuff. It's his whole fucking life. And so this makes sense to me. The next slide says, I've done a lot of reflecting the past week and I've asked myself difficult questions. And I'm so proud of what we have achieved. My teammates, coaches, fellow competitors, and fans deserve 100% of me. But right now, it's best I leave the field to play to the next generation of dedicated and committed athletes. Again, makes sense. He's saying that he's not coming back, and he's saying how proud he was of what he did. He's not even talking about specifically the Bucs here, although I think he is. He doesn't say the Bucs, but he's just saying all of his teammates, coaches, fellow competitors. It's everybody. He's talking about anybody in the NFL, which includes the Patriots. I point that out because he doesn't specifically say the Patriots, and people are pissed about that. He then says, to my Bucs teammates, so now he's talking to his Bucs teammates, the past 2 years, I love you guys, and I have loved going to battle with you. You have dug so deep to challenge yourselves and inspired me to wake up every day and give you my best. I'm always here for you guys and want to see you continue to push yourselves to be your best. I couldn't be happier with what we accomplished together. He is currently, at this point, he was on the Bucs. So of course he's going to say that. Also, keep in mind, he came up with the Patriots. So many people came and went. He went through so many different cycles of people, not talking about obviously Belichick or Kraft, but all of the people he was playing with. People came and went. There was a lot of and he was part of a system. He was part of Belichick's system. When he went to the Bucs, it was Brady calling fucking shots. Brady was like, if you guys want me, I'm going to be able to call the shots. I get to decide who's coming over. He got fucking AB over there. He got Gronk over there. The AB thing was a bad call, but got Gronk over there. He fucking did everything. So of course that's going to be really fucking fun for him. And then he won a fucking Super Bowl. Like no fucking shit. That's an exciting time for him. So that makes sense. He then says to all the Bucs fans, his current fans, thank you. I didn't know what to expect when I arrived here, but your support and embrace have enriched my life and that of my family. I have been honored to play for such a passionate and fun fan base. What a crew. To the city of Tampa and the entire Tampa, St. Petersburg region, thank you. It's been wonderful to be a resident of such a fun place to live. I want to be invited to our next boat parade. To the Glazer family, thank you for taking a chance on me and supporting me. I know I was demanding at times. Very clear, like that's him. But you provided everything we needed to win, and your ownership was everything a player could ask for. Makes sense. That's where he currently is. Now, the rest of this, you guys get the gist. I don't need to go through the last two sides, but it's all to Bucs people. And then his final slide is to his wife, to Giselle, to his kids, saying that they're his inspiration. Do I wish that in this entire list of things, do I wish that he said something about New England or the Patriots fans who are his diehard fans for 20 years? No shit, I do. Of course, I wish that. But that wasn't what today was about. Today was about him leaving the current team he's on and leaving. And I know it's about leaving the NFL, but he's currently playing for a team. And so we'll see how it goes with follow-up interviews and stuff. But I'm sure he's going to thank New England fans. I'm sure he's going to thank us all if as he did when he left. If he doesn't thank us all again in interviews and talking about his whole career, then I guess that would be fucking shady and shitty. But this was about the current team he's leading. He already left us. And in Brady, we love and we trust. And forever I was rooting for Tom Brady, even on the Bucks, not over the Patriots, but still was rooting for him. And I think it's fine. So for people to be like fucking scorching the earth over this right now, it's like, remember, and I said this on SEN today, on our Patreon video of it. Athletes like Tom Brady have given every day, not just for the past 22 years, for all of college, for growing up in high school, every day since he picked up a football, he has dedicated himself to being an athlete. Who is Tom Brady? Tom Brady is the greatest football player of all time. That's his identity. And so I feel for this man right now. While I think he's going to have no problem making a ton of money elsewhere, we know he's getting that. He has that production company. I'm sure he's going to do something in fashion. We saw him do what he did with Uggs, and like he's got a lot going on. And by the way, Giselle made more money than Brady made fucking anyway because she's a boss ass bitch. So financially, they're fucking fine. But identity wise, he's got to figure out what it means to be Tom Brady and not be a football star. So this is a weird time for him, for any athlete who retires, especially one that's played for 22 years. Like, that's fucking nuts. So let's be a little easy on the guy who's probably having a challenging week. Probably was a very hard decision to come by, especially for a competitor like him. It's just, yeah. So let's not shit on the man who gave his whole fucking life to this. That's not. It's just not. All right. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. What do you guys think? Do you think that was fucked up and he was throwing shade at New England? Do you think it's okay? How do you feel about Tom Brady actually retiring? Do you think there's any chance we ever see him play again? Like, do you think there's any chance he pulls a Gronk and he retires for a year and then he comes back? Any chance? What do y'all think? Let me know. Do you want to see him in the NFL more? Do you want to see him ever be a coach? Do you want to see him ever be on a desk and be a commentator? What do you want to see? Let's get in those Streamlabs and super chats. I want to talk about Whoopi. So, speaking of things that people said, we know that Whoopi said the Holocaust was not about race. That was a really fucking twat take. Really stupid, really not true. We know that Hitler straight up said this is about the mass extinction of an inferior race. So he wanted to murder all the people of the Jewish race for being inferior. Hitler made it about race. And this wasn't like white people fighting white people. The Jews weren't fighting shit. They were getting killed. And there's a lot of people that were not white that were killed. And there's a lot of Jews that are not white. So for all of the reasons, it was just such a fucking dumb thing to say. And Whoopi has done some really dumb things with the Jews in general. And I've told you guys about this in the past. And you guys know how I feel. And we've gone over it. And I love Whoopi. But she steps in it with the Jews. And I talked about that on yesterday's show. So this isn't about what she did. Now we're talking about her apology and what happens next. This is what Whoopi Goldberg posted yesterday. She said, on today's show, I said the Holocaust is not about race, but about man's inhumanity to man. I should have said it is about both. As Jonathan Greenblatt from the Anti-Defamation League shared, the Holocaust was about the Nazis' systemic annihilation of the Jewish people, who they deemed to be an inferior race. End quote. I stand corrected. The Jewish people around the world have always had my support, and that will never waver. I'm sorry for the hurt I have caused. Written with my sincerest apologies, Whoopi Goldberg. A few things I want to say here. Number one, I accept Whoopi's apology. I can't accept Whoopi's apology on behalf of all Jews, but on behalf of this Jew, thank you for apologizing, Whoopi. I accept your apology. I hope other people accept her apology too. I think Whoopi's a good person. I think we've seen that over the years, and I think that she does some dumbass shit sometimes, like we all do. Here's what I would really love to see. I've accepted your apology. I would love to see Whoopi stop stepping in it with the Jews, stop saying that she is a Jewish princess. I don't understand where that's ever came from, and I would like to see Whoopi educate herself when it comes to the Jews. Now, one of the reasons I'm so quick to accept Whoopi's apology is that I'm not going to stand here and tell a black woman that she doesn't know when what it is when something's about race. Now, she might be ignorant to the Jewish plight, and I think we've seen that, but I don't believe that we should sit here. A lot of people are saying she should be fired from her job. I don't think she should be fired from her job. I think that that's fucking ludicrous. She said something. She says she stands corrected. And now I would love to see her educate herself. I would love to see Whoopi say, I'm sorry for this. We know that she already educated herself specifically on the term inferior race and why this is about race to people who are white supremacists and don't believe Jews are white. They don't accept Jews as white. Jews are, as I've said to you guys many times on this show, a lot of white Jews are not white enough for white people and are not white enough for not white people. And we get stuck in this in between category that is very frustrating because if we aren't accepted by white supremacists, which I don't want to care about being fucking accepted by white supremacists, but if we are attacked by white supremacists for not being white, then how does being white factor in? If they don't deem us to be white, what are we going to do? Try to convince them that we are white so that they like us? It just doesn't fucking make any sense. It's ludicrous. So I would really love Whoopi to educate herself. I would love her to read Jews Don't Count. I think that's a great book that I think all of you guys should read and look into that I've talked about on the show. I also saw that a Holocaust survivor said she would love to come on the show and talk to Whoopi and educate her. And this was the tweet that she tweeted out. Her name is Lucy Lippener, and she said, "Hi, at Whoopi Goldberg. I'm a Holocaust survivor from New York City. My family was killed for not being white. Hitler and Nazis needed to exterminate Jews because they weren't white enough for them. I'm happy to meet and educate you about what really happened in the Holocaust." I think Whoopi should take her up on that. She also tweeted that she would come on the show. And I think that if you are sorry about mistakes you've made in the past, as I have been, the next step is, okay, so apology accepted. Now do better. And I hope she does. We also saw people like Roxane Gay tweet out and say, if we aren't careful, an entire generation or more will grow up not knowing slavery or the Holocaust happened. And I agree with that. We need to be really careful during this time because there's already so many deniers, and we don't acknowledge our atrocities as Americans, as a nation, and we don't acknowledge our atrocities as a world, as a collective. And when we are banning books because the images are too violent, and we don't teach people, and I said this to Steph the other day, but like, don't even get us fucking started on Indigenous people and our lack of education on what the fuck we did to them. But when we don't educate and we eliminate the books and there's already deniers and we've got public people like Whoopi saying, well, no, the Holocaust isn't about race, it's very dangerous. And so I would love if Whoopi not only just apologized, which I appreciate she did and I accept, but then took steps to not do it again and to be a better version of herself and to keep the audience updated as she's educating herself and say, here's what I learned. Here's what I learned. So I hope that she does. I hope she does. If you guys have the stomach for it, Auschwitz Museum, at Auschwitz Museum. The account's called Auschwitz Memorial, but the actual handle is Auschwitz Museum. Uh, they are one of my favorite follows on Twitter. It's a really tough follow. They tweet very graphic images and tell very graphic stories that are incredibly upsetting, but they provide so much information and they don't allow you to forget because it's something we shouldn't forget. And so I definitely recommend it. They tweeted at Whoopi afterwards and said, education supports memory. It helps us combat indifference, hatred, Holocaust denial, and distortion. And this absolutely, while this is not Holocaust denial, it is Holocaust distortion. To say that the Holocaust was not about race is Holocaust distortion. And distortion is one step towards denial because when you distort the truth, then people have an easier time denying something because it doesn't seem as extreme. So then they said, use and share our online materials about the history of Auschwitz. And then they have podcasts, there's a virtual tour, they have lesson plans, and they do an excellent job with these things. So I'm asked often by my friends, what are great sites for Jewish information? And I'm not saying that this site is the best for all Jewish information, but especially for Holocaust information, as Auschwitz was the largest death camp, concentration camp. The stuff that they put out is highly reputable, fact checked like crazy, and moving, and makes it. It doesn't just feel like numbers. They every day they highlight an individual story, and they tell you whether that person survived or didn't. And I can't recommend them enough. So I'll continue to give you guys accounts that I think you should follow if you want more up to date information, but specifically if you are trying to combat the distortion and denial of the Holocaust, I think that they're a great account to follow. Thank you, Jake, to my amazing mod for putting them in here. Again, you have to have the stomach for it because, like, I will be scrolling and I'll see, like, Mark Ellis will tweet something fucking hysterical and I'll like it. And I'll keep scrolling and I'll see, like, I don't know, Gray Drake just recommended a new movie or whatever. And I'll keep scrolling and it will be like an image of somebody who died at Auschwitz. And I'm like, oh my fucking gosh. But it's important to remember. And so, anyway, they're not obviously fucking paying me to do that, but that's my quick plug for them and my request from Whoopi. And I think as a society, we need to have more plans implemented and in place for people who make mistakes and are ignorant and say ignorant things. I don't think our first instinct should be this person should lose their job. Let's take everything from them so that they suffer. I think our first instinct should be if the person apologizes, then they need to back that up and show that they're not only apologizing, but they're willing to educate themselves. And I think that is a better plan as a society for when anybody does something, whether it's Deshaun Jackson or Nick Cannon or Whoopi. By the way, I'm just talking about Jewish shit right now. But that's what I think. Not when obviously people do things like beat up Jews or wear Nazi outfits in the street. That's obviously a fucking different story. But I'm not out here. You know what makes people hate Jews more? When we punish them for saying something incorrect about the Jews. If you say something wrong about the Jews, and then we say, now you should fucking lose everything, that's when they start to hate the Jews. But if you say something wrong about the Jews, like Whoopi just did, right? She said something categorically false. She said something that is that is factually untrue. That was a lie. But she didn't do it because she was trying to lie. She did it because she was ignorant in this area. And so when you say something like that, and then everybody says, fuck her, she should lose her job, that would cause somebody to be bitter. As a Jew, I don't want people to hate us more. We're already the most fucking hated people on the planet. That is of course, that is up for debate, but you guys know what I mean. We are some of the most hated people on the planet. I don't want more people to hate us. And I definitely don't think that Whoopi's going to hate us. And so I want to say, Whoopi, I accept your apology. And I would really appreciate if you spent some time looking into the not religious part of being Jewish, but the ethnic part of being Jewish and the Jewish plight and what that means. So those are my thoughts on Whoopi. Let me know if you guys have thoughts. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Super chat in. Let me know. I think we have a couple things coming through. Let's see. Jimmy Nail says, Rox, I don't know if you saw my tweet this morning. No, I didn't. My childhood synagogue was defaced with swastikas. And two of the men in dress were attacked outside. What they were wearing, yarmulkes type thing, or yarmulkes specifically. They caught the guy today. Wow, he looks like a Proud Boy type. Ugh, too close to home. I fucking hate Illinois. Is not. It says I fucking hate Illinois Nas, but I think probably it cuts you off when you wrote Nazis. Yeah, I didn't see your tweet. I'm not surprised. I would like people to start tweeting at me. And I know this sounds so fucking weird, but I know that I am a source of information for a lot of people. So if you guys are seeing places in which Jews are being attacked, if you guys find videos or footage, if you do, send them to me so that I'm aware. Obviously not in a threatening way, but if you send them to me so I'm aware, I will hopefully see that and will repost a lot of these so that more people can know what is happening. And I appreciate that. That sucks. That sucks. I still get tweets about, remember a while ago, I have just been like on this fucking swastika tear where I think that they should be fucking, I don't think anybody should wear swastikas. I understand that is a controversial statement because it is part of other people's background. And I'm not fucking going into homes that have swastikas as part of their culture, like the Indian culture. And I forget exactly where it comes from, but that's not what I'm fucking even talking about. But how every time there's a swastika on something and somebody says, well, how do you know that it's because of this thing? I just want to fucking punch them in the face. It's ridiculous. There should never be public swastikas like this. Meanings of things change over years. And the meaning of this is now everybody fucking knows what it is. So it drives me nuts. And the amount of people who still tweet at me that I'm ignorant for thinking that swastikas just have this one meaning and swastikas should be able to be used wherever it is. And if you tilt your head, it could be that somebody was actually trying to use a Buddhist symbol and blah, 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 blah. It's like when there's swastikas on a fucking synagogue or on an Anne Frank memorial, how are you guys going to try and claim to me that? How are you going to try to fucking claim to me that? It's just like fucking infuriating. It's fucking infuriating. So anyway. Jake Yakavetta says, as much as I dislike Brady, we're going back. I will give him credit for being extraordinarily smart when it comes to football. If he goes into commentary, I think it would be good, but it would take me a while to warm up to him like it did with Tony Romo. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Totally. Yeah, for sure. Leonard Kim in here says, hey, Dimpletits, how's everything going? I, too, am giving TB12 the benefit of the doubt, but I also expected something in that post. Yes, he's leaving the Bucks, but he's also retiring, and that at that point, it's about the totality of his career, in my opinion. Yeah, but this was not like during a speech where he was talking about the totality of his career, but I hear you. Ash in the Streamlab says, a bit outside your purview, but the top female streamer 2020 to 2021, Valkyrie just re-upped her stream contract with YouTube. There's rumors many other streamers may switch from Twitch to YouTube Live. Do you have thoughts on platform wars and signings? I didn't even know that she had a contract with YouTube or that you could have a contract with YouTube. So that's how minuscule I am. I knew that people did that with Twitch, but I didn't even know that was a thing here. So I don't have many thoughts. I'm sorry, my dude. Do you guys have thoughts on that? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Okay, before we get out of here, I want to talk a little bit about The Bachelor. Again, it's not about The Bachelor, so don't fucking leave. There's two things that happened on The Bachelor, and I'm going to describe them to you. And it happens like every episode of The Bachelor I've ever seen, and I just don't understand. Number one, every time a man is the bachelor and he is standing there. The women that are coming to see him jump on his body, wrap their arms around his neck, put their legs open and wrap them around his waist, jump on his body. I have never greeted somebody that way ever in my life. And every one of the girls do it. So I just don't understand what's happening. Like, is this a prerequisite for going on The Bachelor? They tell you, like, when you greet somebody, you have to greet them like that? Or do just all of these people, Cena, it's not Bachelor talk. It's just like on The Bachelor. Why do they all jump on him like that? I'm so confused. Like they legit like always let me see if I can find Bachelor jump on body to say hello. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm going to images. Like, oh yeah, okay. It's every single fucking image. It's every single one. It's every time somebody says hi. It is every single time any human being says hi on The Bachelor. Like, and the first person to run there on a group date gets to jump on him. I've just never done this to anybody. And I don't understand how this became such a big Bachelor thing. Have any of you ever done this? This is what it looks like. They run and they jump. It's a run, jump, and then leap around. And this hug position lasts for like a good 30 seconds. And they say, I missed you so much. I have no concept of when the last time they saw him was. But why is this? What's with the hug and jump? Yeah, and he has to lift her. I guess all the bachelors they have usually are like huge, and most of them play football and shit. It's fucking weird. Okay, so that's one. One thing I don't understand. If you guys understand it, please let me know. Streamlabs.com/Roxy or super chat in. This is the other thing, and this happened in last night's episode, but it's not a spoiler. Every time there's a date, the girls talk like they whisper the whole time. So the guy will be like, I'm having so much fun with you today. And the girl will say, I'm having so much fun with you too. And I'm like, why are you whispering? Do you think that means the cameras can't hear? And it's not like even the whispers are them saying something sexy. It's not like the whispers, they start whispering and they're like, I want to go into the bedroom with you. They're just literally having a conversation where the man is speaking and the girls are whispering. So the man will be like, I want to hear more. Tell me about your family. And the girl will be like, it's a really interesting question. My family is doing very well. Thank you so much for asking me. And then the man like leans in closer. Is this some like fucking dating tactic that I wasn't taught? Like, why are you all whispering? Why are you whispering? And the girl on this most recent date, she whispers like the entire fucking time. And she seems really cute and cool. She is a badass pilot and like just I think that's cool enough in itself. But it just seems like she's a cool girl. But this is how she talks to him. And it just like feels like she's not really even talking to him. She's just like in a movie where people whisper because they think that whispering is like the way to speak. It's fucking weird. Like, open your mouth, use your voice. Last night we were out dancing, and this guy came up to me, and I swear to God, he came right up to me. I was dancing with the girls, with Doreen and Steph, and he looks at me, and he up downs me, stops, stands still, up downs me as big as anybody's ever up down me in his life. Stops, stands still, stops in front of me, looks at me, and goes, and just stands there. And I said, use your words. Use your words. What? And he just tried to take my hand. And I go, no, your words. What? And he like tried to pull me away. And I was like, oh my God. And like took my hand back and just kept dancing. What is this shit that people like speak? What is this whisper or nonverbal? Like there's something about like use your words, dog. Like what? It's just fucking weird. So anyway. Yeah, I agree, Cena. Fucking creepy. It's fucking creepy. We're going to get out of here soon because I have a meeting with Winston at 2:30. What time should you go to the dentist? 2:30. It's one of my favorite jokes. But I'm going to get to a few Streamlabs before I go. So send them in. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Ben Rayner says, hi, Roxy. I've never seen Bachelor, but I just caught up on Superman and Lois. Oh, fuck. I think I'm 4 episodes behind, right? Have you seen the season so far? I'm finding it amazing. I hear really good things. Why am I not watching it yet? What do you think? Superman and Lois, I think, is the best Superman show we've ever gotten. Whoa. All right, then I got to watch. I loved last season. I got to get on it. Glenn Caesar says, Roxy, wasn't there a separate tweet that specifically focused on New England Patriots? I thought I saw another tweet from Tom Brady's account. I don't know. I was only on his Instagram and I didn't see anything. Isn't Tom Brady's Twitter at Brady, or is that a parody account? You can always tell because if it's verified or not. So let's see. I'm assuming Tom Brady's Twitter is at Tom Brady, but let's look. Tom Brady. Yeah, his account is at Tom Brady. Oh, but he did tweet out 4 hours ago, thank you, Patriots Nation. I'm beyond grateful. Love you all. After Robert Kraft wrote something. Yeah. So he quote tweeted the Patriots Twitter thing. And then he said, thank you, Patriots Nation. I'm beyond grateful. Love you all. I think that's great. I see the first response on this says, I feel like a chick after a one night stand. I feel so dirty. I fell in love and you didn't care. And that tweet has 1,100 likes. Oh, it's so funny. And then he says, anyhow, this is back to Glenn Caesar. Anyhow, all of Do You Believe in Magic is in my head. Oh, I get that. I definitely get that. Okay. Going back into the Streamlabs for any last minute ones, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Glenn says, thank you, Roxy and Rockstars, for doing your best to shine or glow and radiate in each of your days, your weeks, your months, even your years. You've been there for me, us, when the rain starts to fall. Thank you for being you, always and in always. Be an anomaly. I hope you live in serenity and actually get to see and feel and perceive yellow and green colored energies, manifesting happiness, joy, and healing in your day-to-day life, today, tomorrow, and beyond. You're good people and inspiration and ultimate treasure. Thanks, Glenn. I appreciate you. All right, friends. Let's get the fuck out of here. Appreciate you for being here. Thanks for spending your Tuesday afternoon with me. I will see you guys tomorrow for the World Girl for World Girl Wednesday. We are doing a whole fucking thing because we're doing our AMA and then we're trying to, by the time the Batman comes out, get Steph to watch all the Batman ones. So we're doing a stream to try to raise enough money so that we watch the Batman, the Keaton movies, and then we want to do the Schumacher ones. Steph has seen none of them. It's fucking crazy. So anyway, Jake says my last Streamlabs didn't go through. Let me see. What'd you say? Let me check it out. Yep, it did. Sorry, I missed it. It was in the middle of Glenn's stuff. Thank you for calling me out. He said, if you, Steph, or someone else tiny jumped up on me to hug me like that, I'd be okay with it for maybe 5 seconds before I put your ass back down because I have back problems. Anyone bigger than 5'6"? Nope, I'm dodging that shit like the Matrix. Yeah, it's fucking weird, Jake, right? Like, why are you all jumping on them? Like, I'm sure a lot of people there have back problems. A lot of them are fucking ex-athletes. Like, chill, slow your roll. I should do that the next time I go. My first dating app date, I haven't had one yet, but if I decide to go on one with any of them, I should say no words and just try to jump on them like that and see how it goes. We should just see the fuck how it goes. Damn, that's the test. Test of what? I don't know. Neem386 in the streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, so I'm black, but have had an adoptive Jewish mom. I wasn't raised in the religion. She always taught me that the Nazis used race as an excuse, just like the British did for Africans with slavery. I think people of color have a complex relationship with the Jewish people. Yeah, I mean, definitely, because, and I think Jewish people have a complex relationship with everybody, but for sure, because we are given, a lot of Jews that are white or white passing are given a privilege that people of color are not, which is that I can walk down the street and typically somebody doesn't know if you're Jewish, although sometimes they do. If you're not wearing a yarmulke or anything that would be a Jewish star. But sometimes they do, because as you guys hear all the time, people say you look Jewish to somebody. So sometimes they have a guess of it. But yeah, it is complicated because it's not a direct comparison, because what people of color have to go through is completely different than what Jews go through. And people of color are often more at risk, especially in public settings. So I completely agree that there is a complicated relationship, and there's a privilege granted to people who are Jews who are white or white passing that isn't granted to people of color who are not white passing. So it does make things complicated. All right, friends. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. If you ever have anything you want me to see, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in, get in all of your things for the next time. I'll be back here on Thursday, but tomorrow I will be on the World Girls. Until then, stay safe, stay sane, put down your toilet seat and lid. We don't want those buffoons. Brett Miles Jonathan, arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. Don't trump at the Holocaust. And I will see you for the stream tomorrow to try to get Steph to watch all the Batman movies. Okay, later.